The angriest tennis players in tennis history. In the fierce and competitive world of tennis, where emotions run high and adrenaline surges through every match, some players have left an indelible mark with their explosive displays of anger. Beyond the elegant strokes and graceful movements on the court, these athletes possess a fiery temperament that sets them apart. From racket-smashing outbursts to heated confrontations with officials and opponents, these players have etched their names in tennis history for their raw displays of frustration. Join us as we take a look at the top 8 angriest players to have ever graced the courts. Andy Roddick. Renowned for his fiery temperament, Andy Roddick has often made headlines for his less-than-ideal conduct on the tennis court. Whether it's his verbal outbursts directed at opponents or his contentious interactions with match officials, Roddick's reputation for letting off steam the wrong way is well established. One particular incident that stands out in the history of tennis is the Mutua Madrid Open, where Roddick's anger got the better of him. During the match against his opponent, Cipolla, Roddick was trailing 2-0 when he made a careless mistake that gave away an easy point. This moment of frustration proved too much for the American player, and he proceeded to violently smash his racket, leaving everyone present stunned. But that wasn't the end of it. Roddick then had the audacity to approach the umpire and ask if he had been warned for his actions. When the umpire responded with a no, Roddick proceeded to smash his racket once again until the umpire finally issued him a warning. Despite his infamous outburst, Roddick has had a successful career in tennis. He won the US Open in 2003 and reached the Wimbledon finals 3 times, only to lose to the same player, Roger Federer, on all 3 occasions. However, his on-court behavior has often overshadowed his accomplishments and earned him a reputation as a player who struggles to control his emotions. John McEnroe. John McEnroe is one of the most iconic names in the history of tennis. His fiery temper and outspoken personality made him one of the most controversial figures in the sport. He believed that umpires were often biased against him and never hesitated to voice his opinion on the matter. John McEnroe once said, "They don't want to get rid of one of the best guys if he's bringing in ratings and interest. So, that's a part of the incentive of getting good because you get away with more." In 1981, during Wimbledon, McEnroe made one of the most famous statements in the history of tennis. After an umpire called a ball out, McEnroe shouted,
"You cannot be serious!"
This outburst not only became an instant classic, but also highlighted McEnroe's reputation for being a hot-headed player. Despite his talent, McEnroe's behavior on the court often got him in trouble. His confrontational attitude with umpires led to him receiving numerous warnings, fines, and even disqualifications. He even had to attend anger management classes after his separation from his wife, Tatum O'Neal. Although McEnroe's behavior often overshadowed his talent, he remains one of the greatest players in the sport's history. He won 7 Grand Slam singles titles and 9 Grand Slam men's doubles titles. John McEnroe disappeared from the tennis scene as quickly as he rose to fame. He was on a break for 6 months and hoped to come back in a better form to play against younger and fitter players. Sadly, that did not happen, but he will always be remembered. Andy Murray. Andy Murray, a renowned tennis player, has gained a reputation for wearing his emotions on his sleeve and expressing himself candidly on the court. It comes as no surprise that he finds a place among the top angriest tennis players of all time, given the controversies he has been involved in. Murray's raw and unfiltered reactions have often led to intense moments during his matches. Not only has he been known to let out a few choice words, but he has also shed tears on the court. Such displays of emotion are a testament to the intensity and passion that tennis can evoke. In various instances, Murray's frustrations have manifested in outbursts that involved cursing and forcefully smashing his racket onto the ground, resulting in its damage. One incident saw him handing over the deformed racket to a group of spectators, further highlighting the impact of his anger. In recent years, Murray has been seen taking steps to control his emotions and maintain a calm demeanor on the court. He has shown impressive self-control, smiling through moments where he could easily lose his temper. This growth and improvement in his attitude are commendable and show his dedication to the sport. Grigor Dimitrov. Grigor Dimitrov, the Bulgarian tennis player, is known for wearing his emotions on his sleeve during matches. He is not afraid to display both positive and negative reactions on the court, creating dramatic moments that captivate spectators. One particular incident that stands out is the final of the Istanbul Open in 2016, where Dimitrov's outburst resulted in a shocking disqualification. The match between Dimitrov and his opponent, Diego Schwartzman, had been intense, with the first 2 sets decided by tiebreaks. Frustration started to build within Dimitrov as he struggled with unforced errors, and the final set slipped away from his grasp. With Schwartzman leading 5-0 and victory within reach for the Argentine, Dimitrov made a drastic decision. Dimitrov's frustration boiled over, and he smashed his racket into the court. He followed this up with 2 more racket-smashing outbursts, knowing full well that it would lead to a final code violation and disqualification from the match. It was an unconventional way to bow out of a tournament, leaving spectators and officials astonished by his actions. Nick Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios, a polarizing figure in the world of tennis, has earned a reputation as one of the angriest players in the sport. His fiery outbursts on the court have become synonymous with his playing style, drawing both admiration and criticism from tennis fans worldwide. Kyrgios' propensity for controversy is part of what makes him such a captivating player to watch. Few players command as much attention as Kyrgios, thanks in part to his racket-smashing episodes and confrontations with umpires and the crowd. In a remarkable incident, Kyrgios engaged in an exchange with a fan who had been heckling him from the stands. To everyone's surprise, the heckler turned out to be sitting alongside renowned actor and tennis enthusiast Ben Stiller. Kyrgios, in his characteristic manner, shouted at the fan, questioning his tennis skills by asking,
Are you good at tennis?
The fan, admitting his lack of expertise, received a swift response from Kyrgios, who retorted, "Exactly, so why are you speaking?" The Australian player then gestured towards Stiller, emphasizing that he wouldn't offer unsolicited advice on the actor's craft. The crowd erupted in laughter, although Kyrgios' agitation at being called out by the fan was evident. Kyrgios' anger isn't solely directed at the spectators. He has frequently unleashed his frustration by smashing rackets and punching boards, while also engaging in heated arguments with umpires. Opponents often exploit his temperamental nature and lack of focus, understanding that his anger can be a weakness to exploit during matches. Serena Williams. Regarded as one of the greatest female tennis players of all time, Serena Williams has left an indelible mark on the sport. Her boldness on the court and trailblazing attitude has shattered numerous stereotypes throughout her career. However, even the best can succumb to moments of frustration and anger, and Serena Williams is no exception. In the history of the US Open, Williams has encountered situations that tested her composure on 3 separate occasions. One such instance occurred during her captivating 2018 match against Naomi Osaka. Williams was cited 3 times for code violations in which she called chair umpire Carlos Ramos a liar and a thief. She also alleged he treated her differently than male players. Overwhelmed by a sense of injustice, Williams expressed her frustration by smashing her racket, an act born out of her belief that she had been unjustly implicated. Undeniably one of the angriest tennis players in history, Serena Williams possesses an impressive collection of victories that exemplify her exceptional skill and tenacity. With an astounding record of 23 Grand Slam titles, including 7 Australian Open wins, 3 French Open triumphs, 7 Wimbledon championships, and 6 US Open crowns, her dominance on the court is undeniable. While Williams' passion and emotions fuel her drive for success, they can also become her downfall when faced with adversity. When things are going well, she remains composed and focused. But when the tide turns against her, a fiery side emerges, and all hell breaks loose. Fernando Gonzalez. In the heat of a match at the 2009 Miami Open, Fernando Gonzalez let his temper get the best of him. His opponent, Roddick, was taking too long to prepare for Gonzalez's serve, violating the rule of playing to the server's pace. This had been going on for some time, and Gonzalez had reached his limit. After complaining to the umpire, Gonzalez took matters into his own hands and sent a clear message to Stefanik. With a powerful serve, Gonzalez aimed directly at his opponent, who could barely get his racket on the ball. The ball floated up high enough for a smash, and Gonzalez took the opportunity to unleash a powerful shot. The ball struck Stefanik on the backside, a move that sent a clear message: Gonzalez was not to be messed with. Despite the rules of tennis dictating that players should not aim at their opponents, Gonzalez let his emotions get the better of him. This move could have been seen as unsportsmanlike, and the incident created a stir on the court. Victor Troicki. Viktor Troicki, a Serbian tennis player, has had his fair share of moments that haven't won him many fans. In 2016, during a match, Troicki let his anger get the best of him, and it was directed towards an unsuspecting ball boy. Frustrated with a call made by the umpire, Troicki snatched the ball out of the ball boy's hand and used it to gesture at the umpire, hoping to argue against the call. In a misguided attempt to prove his point, Troicki believed that forcefully taking the ball from the sideline and showing it to the umpire would somehow reverse the decision. However, his actions only resulted in losing the point and, ultimately, the match. This incident showcased Troicki's inability to control his emotions on the court and his misguided attempt at influencing the outcome of the match. Such behavior not only alienated fans but also drew criticism from the tennis community. Now, we would like to hear from you. Who do you think is the angriest player in tennis history? And what is your opinion on how athletes should handle their emotions on the court? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. That will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always get to watch more amazing videos like this. See you in the next video.